Hi, everybody. Erín Moure here, and I'm happy to be back. Thanks to Gary Barman, to everybody involved for inviting me to read this evening. I'm going to be reading from The Elements. The first poem is in several parts, and it's called The Voice. And the book itself is a kind of biography of myself and my dad. The Voice. Sometimes it is hard to tell the difference between one's voice and one's voice. In the field or street, children are still learning sadness from parents. One has the look of the other, immortal sadness, conducted down the river of blood, even where the cataracts spill into tremendous flicks of sunlight and are pulverized into droplets that land henceforth on the arm, on the shoulder, and on the arm, trickling to the wrist and into the hands, which makes the eye wrench upward for a single moment. 2. Somewhere else, parents are teaching self-importance and the word police. Because even the poem can be policed and called down and despised for feminism, for indigence, for the word lesbian, which I place gently over the word police, because it is more peaceable. 3. What other thing is there to learn from a parent? 4. As such, I am descended from a mother whose own father turned his back on war, practically deserted, because he was to be sent again into the fields of war against his brothers. And not his metaphoric brothers, his own brothers, born of the same parents. As if this desertion could make me honest, what new land could be ours in such circumstance? A riposte. And what of my father's mother? It is said that the poor have nothing but the sanctity of their name. And she had inherited portraits. Ends with a quote. The section ends with a quote from Jose Camilo Sela from San Camilo, 1936. The end of the world will come with clear and unmistakable signs. Children will poison their mothers in the womb with the most ingenuous of poisons. 5. What else is there to learn from a parent besides sadness, the worthy? What there is to teach us, they will teach us, and we will make ourselves worthy of it. One tree blowing in the field alone. My own father in the stutter of time, time's gloss multiplied in clocks. When time means nothing, is it revelation or dementia? Clocks, the needles of trees, the wind, gone quiet, blowing in the field alone. 6. Oh, my brothers, why are you here where there is no river? I am standing and my arms are dry. I am your sister in those years forever, before our father vanished. And there is now no river, just the struts of grasses, the dry and bony rush and kale of grasses, the clash and miel of grasses. Our parents, low beneath these 2 boot lengths of snow. Where slatted light, where small figures of patience, metonymy, metonymy, sick, salvage with an L. I was reticent before you were Pyrene. I was comical before you were gay. There was a dinner party. Dad slumped in his chair, sat up. It was time to carve. The antler-handled knives of our childhood, treasured blades. The time comes, only poetry is readable. Dementia. Knowing that so-and-so wrote this is not enough, Father. You are not my friend. You are my father. Start being fatherly. But you forget my friend's name. You forget you have forgotten. How is she doing? The one, her name. And on Wednesdays, you won't let the nurse in or the doctor who is trying to make a name for himself. Forget it, Father. It was there, it was gone, it had a name. Let's go in circles. It, this, the one, the hands of the clock, yes, haunt Wednesday. But us, we are us. We are still us. A girl and two boys. We will be there for you. We are, remember. Purpose. This is a poem that for me lays out the purpose of the book and maybe my dad's purpose too. To draw text as one draws water from the zone beneath the house. To articulate all the texts of a life as they arise, not separating them into poems and essays. Creating spaces for words on pages as if they were walks or benches. Drinking coffee. Drinking another coffee. Sun on the wall. Just sun. Translating Wilson Bueno. How not to speak. How to not speak. This oscillation is missing in the phrase, how to avoid speaking. That is the English title of Derrida's essay. The curious presence of the word avoid in this title of a talk first given in English in Jerusalem. How the young poet waking from a coma in Montreal after the random accident, when asked, do you know where you are? Said, Jerusalem. In English, an avoidance, whereas in French, an oscillatory structure is at work. Comment ne pas parler exists along with comment ne pas parler. How can we not speak? And how can we not speak? Or perhaps in the English there is a nearly hidden reverberation. How to avoid speaking, how to unvoid it, remove its void, while trying to stay far from what will not ever stay far from us, for it adheres to us. So that we can't just ignore or abandon speech, we must avoid it. In translating Wilson Bueno, there is a reverberatory relation of three languages, Portuguese, Castilian, Guarani, across a colonial border in Western Brazil. I am creating a translation in English with French and Guarani that perhaps no one will read. Something unreadable, unavoidable, unavoidable, and its relation to sea. A river is also a sea, enfolded. The book will succeed even if no one reads it, because it will exist in the structure of English as risk. Paraguayan sea, sea in a country with no shore, but yes, its rivers give unto the sea, lay claim to sea, and reach inward from sea's exteriority, inscribing the risk directly into the structure. That's for Odile Cisneros and Valeria Lima. NAMLOS plus. Questions of the sound of languages, brisure de chocolat, the repetition of syllables in Russian. How does it transfer to English in a Marina Tsveteva poem? For it does. Rather than showing the Russian poem in Cyrillic characters opposite the English, readers of her book must open an outer ear or ears, On a sound file outside the space of the book, the poem is read aloud by a voice in Russian. We are exposed here to the careful, plosive sense of any one word appearing in sonic space. How can I, in writing, maintain this in the poems, in this poem? Something like the drawing of the poem, treating letters as small interlocutory drawings. I drew them, listening, filled with great theological light. A small book, a workbook for heaven in and among the fires. In the strangeness not of the holy other, but of the other whole. Approaching, chimey front. We chimed in and remembered. A list of his phone numbers and their associate names was created for him by the beautiful blonde boy, eyelashes of gold or light from corn, who had grown up years ago into the sun. As for him, he's busy. He's waiting to answer his clock radio and there's no phone receiver. Anxious. He's awaiting in his room to receive shipments from the north. Dad, Pop, Poppy. What time is it now? What time is it now? How will we answer? Will you let us answer? No, I will answer all incoming calls. But Poppy, may we chime in? I am what I am. It's not that I don't know who I am or what time it is. That went a long time ago, he implies. It's that I don't know what I am or if there is an I to have an am. I wake up and think, I must be dead. Yet there is no I thinking that. The thinking of thoughts thinking is thinking me forward. He gets up after that and puts on his clothes over and over so that his body will come back into the arms of a shirt, another shirt, a jacket, 2 briefs, 2 sweaters. The sewn shares its substance with him, his substance. Bill, once neural and now vestimentary, threaded, hypostatic, at home. The last poem I'll read is called The Portrait of the Child E, Raising a Trout to Heaven. Near the end, it has names of some places where crimes have occurred. Murders mostly. Tomorrow I will write the work called Human Cruelty, wherein cruelty and cherish appear in the same strophe. And trout, for that matter. A pool in the hand where fish rest shaded and the small child lifts one up. It is so patient, it lets the girl do this. For what is an image? Does it shimmer in heaven where the child E has been banished forever? Her small wrists beneath the fish's fondest belly. The fish who is learning a beautiful patience with all things, even cruelty, even what looks like it could turn to cruelty. Heaven is dry, and the fish in the hands of the girl is rising. A gray wind and chime are hunkered over her. Sparrow, whiskey jack, trout, armistice, Crimea, Debaltseve, Altador, the shores of Winnipeg. Please don't send her away. Thank you again to Lit Live, and enjoy the rest of the readings. Have a good evening.